I never thought to run when they beat me, when their belt whipped my legs, my arms, my back, and anything I couldn't cover in the fetal position. Fleeing never once occurred to me. Instead, I felt myself leave my body. It would begin when they screamed at me. They were so big, so powerful, I would freeze and my legs would go weak. And then with their first strike, I would fall onto the couch, the floor, the bed, wherever. I would fall because by then I had left my legs. I could see them, but it was like I couldn't move them anymore. My arms were next, shrinking into withered branches, tucked into my belly, my hands up by my neck, my whole body put away like a folded up umbrella. I could see them hitting me still, but it was almost like watching a movie of a beating. I wasn't there anymore. I had escaped. The work of breaking back into my body began just a couple of years ago. At the behest of my therapist, I would sit in my office every morning and point out 3 things that I could see. My guitar, my laptop monitor, my Leonardo the Ninja Turtle action figure. And then 3 things I could hear. The air conditioning, my dog's claws on the hardwood floor, my wife rehearsing an aria, and then 3 things I could feel. The seat beneath my legs, a slight pang of hunger, my shoes hugging my feet. And at the end, I would repeat to myself, I'm safe here. It's okay to relax. At the beginning, I felt really odd, sitting there stating the obvious. Yes, I can name 3 objects, sounds, and sensations. What an accomplishment. But even just within a few days of doing this, I could tell it really calmed me. In therapy sessions, we began to revisit the beatings. It was awful, and it was amazing. My therapist would help me establish safety first, and then ask me to relive those memories and pinpoint the moment that had caused me the most distress. Then she'd have me imagine my adult self, Big David, entering the scene of the abuse as the beating began. And that is where the magic happened. Child me, Davidcito, little David, could not have been more impressed with Big David. I mean, Big David was huge and totally willing to put an end to the beating right then and there with just a few words in this strong, firm voice. And he would then pick up Davidcito and comfort me, and I would feel relaxed and safe and even vindicated. A strong, caring grown-up now knew what was happening to me, and he wasn't going to let it happen again. I would then imagine Big David taking Davidcito to his own way cool house and basically adopting me. We would spend entire afternoons playing Ninja Turtles. We would build whole towns out of Legos. We would conquer all of Mario Brothers several times on his Nintendo. Most importantly, though, I felt safe with Big David. And I discovered something totally new. See, as a child, I had always loved the adults in my life, but I'd never trusted them. Big David was trustworthy. And that meant I had no reason to be scared anymore. I remember not long after one of those breakthrough therapy sessions, one of my kids' friends came and knocked the door, this little 10-year-old girl. And she sits down at the dining table to just brood. And I remember her eyes were red and her face was red. And I just, as subtly as I could, asked, "Are you okay?" And she said, "No, I'm not okay. I'm so mad." And I asked her what it was about. She said, "Max and Jason said I was cheating at basketball and they kicked me out of the game." So I suggested, "Hey, would you like to talk to them about it?" She looked at me like I was crazy. But just a few minutes later, after a quick conflict resolution 101 session, we walked across the street where these two 10-year-old kids were still shooting hoops. And as we approached them, I realized something way embarrassing. I was intimidated by these kids. What if they didn't listen to me? What if they didn't take me seriously? I thought for a second, maybe I made a mistake. I'm trying to help this little girl. But what if I come out here trying to help and I just drown, you know? And that's when I realized it was the child version of me, Davidcito, that was intimidated by these kids. So I stood up to my impressive height of 5 feet, 6 inches, and I patted this little girl on the shoulder and told her, "We've got this." And I did it because Big David had entered the scene. And he was leading the pack across the street now. And he was not afraid of 10-year-olds. Two storms, a flicker, a gust. I felt my own muscles combust. And once every bone had burnt down, once I thought every bellow for help had been drowned, I saw gold in the ashes, glint in the smoke, gold in the ashes, the burning gave birth. A flash like the face of the sun, the child I had been running from, harmless, wide-eyed and unbound. What the fire was searching for, the fire found. I saw gold in the ashes, glint in the smoke, gold in the ashes, the burning gave birth. Show me your knives, revealing flame. I'll bare my chest, I'm not afraid. I saw gold ashes.